can remember that the change in my voice. It is the day after Thanksgiving, 2024. I'm going to start a series where I talk about Psalms. You probably won't get very far. I've rented a car for like 6 or 7 days, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so first I'd like to bring up Matthew 5:20, where it says, "For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven." So when we think about what Christ meant as a character in the story, that is, Christ is a character in the story, what he meant by Matthew 5:20, we have to look toward Psalms. Okay, Psalms are songs, right? It's like a play on words for missing out, right? Missing out. Songs and sing and sing. So the first psalm is very short. It's like only 5 verses or so. It starts with, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers," right? Prospar, right? Prosper. Mentally, spiritually, outdoor martial arts, what have you. "Not so the wicked, they are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction." And again, when you read this, you got to understand that they're talking about spiritual destruction first and foremost. Quite often we see wicked people making lots of money, and part of Habakkuk's complaint was that the wicked seemed to prosper. That was also the complaint in Job. So as we consider this, we must know for sure that what it's referring to is the way, the principles, the path, right? Righteousness, justice versus wickedness and injustice. What is the way of the righteous versus the way of the wicked? So it says, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers." Now, what are mockers? Mockers are people who, in various ways mock the scripture of God, and they mock God, and they mock the righteous. They either do a mock ritual where they pretend with varying degrees of seriousness to be serving God, or they're like a rocker, mocker, a clown, or something like this, or someone just simply harassing somebody and giving them a hard time, what have you. So the very first verse in Psalm 1 verse 1 is, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers." That's very key. It's very important to note. And in Psalm 2, you'll see how immediately the writer or writers of Psalms goes from talking about the path you take to immediately talking about the divine order. In Psalm 2, when it says, "Why do the nations conspire and the peoples plot in vain?" We'll get into that in the next video.